Alright, it's time for another Chrysos update. Don't have a lot to talk about today, but I haven't received my interest for the last 5 days now. My first lending investment was done on the 2nd. I received 6 days of missing interest on the 8th of this month. So maybe, if there's any consistency with Chrysos, which hasn't been the case so far, maybe I'll receive backlogged interest tomorrow on the 6th day again. So it's maybe something to get excited about if that happens. But nothing so far, and I've just been waiting it out. So guys, if you haven't received your interest, just continue to try to be patient, and maybe you'll receive some backlog interest in the next day or two. Alright, so what's recently happened in the lending space? Loopx. Loopx just went under. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because we have to follow what's happening in the current lending market space to give ourselves a better idea of how it's evolving, what's happening, what may happen to the things that we're currently involved in, and the risks that are there as well. Loopx, their ICO stage was around the same time as Chrysos, and they just went exit scam. So unfortunately, they are no longer available. You can see the Oracle's video on this where he covers the logistics and pretty much everything about it. But the speculation is that just bad timing. They went through their ICO stage when Bitcoin was falling in a big way. Bitcoin lost more than 50% of its value during after the ICO was done, and maybe they didn't invest or protect those funds by turning them back into either USD or using the tether cryptocurrency to help protect them from that potential fall that happened. So who knows what really happened with the money that they invested in, but it shows that they were not able to keep up and they went scam on everybody. This doesn't mean that Chrysos is going to follow suit and go scam as well, but it shows that we are in a risky space right now. BitConnect went down not too long ago. Devore went from $180 down to 50 cents in a matter of 2 weeks. Coins that recently just finished their ICO, like Thorncoin, have completely overhauled their whole lending platform and are not even offering lending anymore, as far as I understand. They've changed it to staking, and the staking profits are very similar to what lending platforms were offering in the past. So the space is trying to evolve in this very tricky time, and Chrysos is in between. They had something new to offer in their ICO stage before the multiple lending platforms started struggling. And right as of now, they haven't really done a lot to adapt. Who knows if this is going on behind the scenes, but they haven't reached out to many people in their questions, just like my support tab still hasn't had any responses yet. So I don't really know the future of Chrysos, but the site is still going. I'm still receiving off and on interest, not in a daily way, but I did receive mine back on the 8th, and maybe I'll receive some soon. But the site's still around, and I'm hoping that the coin will go live on the external exchanges at some point, hopefully in the next few days. We don't know if it's going to be the 14th, 15th, or 16th, or if it'll even postpone it, or if it will even launch. We don't know. So, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of answers with that. But beware that this is a risky environment, and it's an environment that is evolving, and we don't know where Chrysos space is going to be. If they're going to evolve eventually, if they're waiting it out to go live, I don't know. But worrying is not going to help anything right now. You should just understand that this is an ICO, that your money is not necessarily safe. You could come out with a big profit, you could come out with nothing, or maybe even something in between. But that's the risk that we take getting involved in something like this. And if I come out with nothing, that's okay, I'll move on. But I was aware of the risks involved getting started, unlike a lot of people investing in lending platforms that, like Loopx, that went under. A lot of them didn't know what they were getting involved in, and they trusted it. So this leads me to what I've been working on recently, and that is the Forex market. And I've been a trader of 13 plus years, and have a strategy that's very profitable. And if you guys know, with these lending platforms, or majority of them, it's the same thing with staking and lending. How are these profits divvied out to people? How are they made? Is it through the increasing value of their coin? Is it through new investments or new investors coming into the platform? Is it a trading bot? Where are these profits, and how are they being made? And how does a platform like this stay afloat? A lot of those questions are typically not answered. We just speculate. For example, Chrysos's white paper, it says that they have traders on the backside that are actively trading the market to make these daily gains. But we don't really know what strategy they're using, if there is actually a trading system or traders that are actively in the market or not. There wasn't a lot of details on that. And so what I'm doing is showing you guys what vehicle I'm actually using to make those gains. I can't offer a fixed daily interest like these lending platforms can, but I can offer maybe a weekly profit and a monthly profit for sure. And I can't guarantee these things like these platforms do. I can guarantee that you will I can't guarantee, but I will say that you most likely will have success with this. I've had one losing month in 4 years with this strategy, and you can see right here how the strategy works over the longer term. This is a 9-year test showing you how the equity and balance curve is. There's the one loss there, and there's one loss in the beginning, and it shows you the consistency of the strategy, where basically every single trade is closing out in a profitable way. So what this means is that you can expect some monthly gains in most of the months of the year, and that's something that you can depend on a little bit more than these daily interest amounts that may or may not be paid, and that's completely up to the website to do that. But here, whatever I'm doing, whatever profit I'm making is being copied to your account, and you can see these gains coming in that are actually being made through the market, through actual trades. So you'll be able to have a lot more hands-on. You'll be able to see what's going on through the market instead of being left with question. So guys, I'm trying to push, and my goal is to attempt at making 15% per month. My last video update showed that I was trying to push for 20. Why am I doing 15? Because I want to be safer with you guys. It makes me sad to see what happened with Loopx, and to see that there are a lot of people that lost a lot of money there. And I don't want to be part of the crowd that's potentially losing in the lending space. You know, like I said before, I try not to talk bad about the lending space, because it's not all bad. There are some good positive changes that are on the way, in the works, and so I don't really know how those are going to take place. But what I'm offering here is something different, something more hands-on, that you can see what's happening instead of that guessing that we've always had to do, and what I've had to do a lot with Chrysos. So 15%. It's nothing like the profit potentials that you could probably get in the crypto space, like 50, 100, maybe even 300% per month in the cryptocurrency space. But that has since changed. Since December 20th, when Bitcoin all of a sudden started falling, and it has been falling almost pretty much ever since. It may be starting on its recovery now. We just don't know. The crypto space is very unknown at this point. It doesn't mean that it's dead. It doesn't mean that it's not profitable anymore. It could change overnight. But that's one reason why I'm moving back into my Forex trading is because it shows to me more consistency, something that I'm not quite getting in the cryptocurrency space right now. Yes, smaller profits, but slower gains in likely a safer investment, right? So if 15% is not enough for you, then look at it this way. Keep some money in cryptocurrency and do some very risky investments, whether it's in lending ICOs or staking ICOs or staking platforms, or even just cryptocurrency altcoins or crypto coins themselves. Doesn't matter what kind of investment it is in crypto. Crypto is typically considered a more risky investment. And Forex also is considered a more risky investment, but it depends on what kind of strategy you're using behind it. And I'm using a strategy that has been consistent for 11 years. And it's something that I wanted to give you guys for free. So my risk is roughly going to be 20 to maybe upwards of 25% per month for maximum risk. So that means that if you have $1,000, that means that maximum risk on your account is going to be $250, and that's typical. And that's what I can estimate. I can't say that 25% is the maximum that you're always going to get. That's what I estimate of being the highest risk, but I can't give you a guarantee. But the profits fall in line pretty close to that, with 15 to maybe 20% per month, depending on what the market actually gives me. And that's something it's tricky, because if the market is not cooperating and I don't have as many signals, that means I'm going to have a lower profiting month. And that's just how trading the active market works. All right. So, guys, what I'm trying to offer here is something different, something that you can maybe depend on more, something that you know more about. And that's when I'm releasing these videos, is to try to educate my audience, so they are more involved in their next potential investment, which would maybe be copying my free trades. All right, I think that's it for this video. I'll continue to release more about Chrysos when I find out any information. In particular, maybe if I get some of my lending finally back, or my interest that I'm waiting on. And if I get any date on when we're going to go live. Also, if my support questions have been answered, that would be a huge thing too. But in the meantime, let's just wait it out. Just try to be patient with Chrysos. Maybe they're doing some adjustments on the backside. I don't know. But also be very, very aware that this is a risky investment, that you could lose everything here. And that's just part of the game. All right. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. If you want any clarification on things, or if you found that some of my information here was misrepresentative, represented. Oh, wow, okay. If any of my information was incorrect, let's just go like that, since I can't talk today. Then let me know, and I can try to correct that in a later video. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.